Hi, welcome to International Stone Gallery. What we're going to talk about today is the difference between granite and quartz countertops. It's one of the #1 questions we get here by people that walk in and look for countertops. They want to know the difference between granite and quartz. So I'm going to start by explaining to you that this table right here is made out of a piece of granite. In granite, you basically have 3 different minerals that make up the stone. There's feldspar, mica, and quartz. And in this particular slab that we have here, you can see the small pockets of clear crystals throughout this, this table that we have. In this particular piece, you can see a large pocket of clear crystalline quartz. There are areas of the world where they mine out large quantities of these clear crystals. They grind them up, and to simplify the process, what they've done in this sample here, which is Zodiac by DuPont, they've taken 4 bags of clear crystals, and then they tinted one of them yellow, one of them green, and one of them black, and they left 1 bag clear. They mixed all those crystals up together. They put a little bit of a glue into it, pushed it into a mold, and they made a slab out of those clear crystals. So quartz is very similar in all the physical attributes as granite because it's made up of one of the main minerals that comes from granite. So the things that make it a very good countertop, a choice for countertop material, is the fact that it's very durable, it's very heat resistant, very scratch resistant. So the physical properties between a quartz countertop and a granite countertop are very similar. When people are shopping, one of the next things that comes out that a concern of theirs is they want to know the cost factor. There's a conception when people walk in the door at our showroom that quartz is cheaper because it's man-made. But the fact is it's made in a factory where it costs money to build the factory, money to run the factory, money to maintain the factory, where a factory has employees. And so the cost associated, the overhead associated with making a slab of quartz is higher than taking a piece of stone out of the ground from an existing quarry. Now, so the cost of quartz tends to be in the middle of the road. There are granites that are cheaper, there are granites that are a lot more expensive. What sets the price of a granite is where it comes from and how much is on the market. So it's a commodity-driven issue. So if the way a stone was formed in nature categorizes it a granite, as in molten volcanic activity that cooled really quickly, if it's categorized the way it was formed, if it's a granite, there's no difference in quality between cheaper priced granite or high-end. What sets the price difference in granite is where it comes from and how much is on the market. A cheaper granite is not a lesser grade of granite. Okay, so granite can be $10 to $20 cheaper than quartz, or it can be $50 to $100 more when you get into an exotic stone that comes from far off places. So now what we've done is we've basically taken 2 things. In comparing granite and quartz, we've established 2 things. Their physical properties are very similar. Overall durability, the heat resistance, the scratch resistance, as well as the price. They're very similar in price. Quartz is in the middle. Granite can be a little cheaper, it can be a little bit more. So what we like to do then is show you some samples of granite and quartz and say that because they're similar in all their attributes, we want you to pick the one that you like the look of better. So in the case of these 2 stones right here, what you're going to see is this happens to be one of the quartz manufacturers, of which we sell 5 different types. This is Zodiac by DuPont, and these are both black, green, and gold, okay? And when you set these samples next to a piece of black, gold, and green granite, most people will look and see the richness and the depth that comes in the granite. They tend to like that more than the Zodiac. But now you move into advances in manufacturing processes where all of a sudden you go into a cabinet shop and they have one of these new swirly looking quartz. And they look at it and they say, you know, you've got brand new cabinets underneath it and fancy tile backsplash above it, fancy lighting above, and you look and you go, you know, that really does look a lot more like granite. I really like that. Until you put it next to the type of stone that it was trying to mimic. And most people will see the difference in the richness of that stone. This actually tends to look on the fake side right now. So kind of the last part of the puzzle is a lot of the people that come in, they say, well, you know what? I've heard that granite has to be sealed, and I don't want any more maintenance in my kitchen. I don't want to do anything with that. The fact of the matter is the majority of granites have all been resined or sealed at the quarry before they ever get to us as a fabricator or ever show up in your kitchen. And the reason they resin or seal stone at the quarry is because they put the sealer on before they do the final polish. They actually get a better finish on the stone by having that resin go into the stone. But the main reason that the majority of all granite does not need to be sealed is because granite is inherently a very dense material, which makes it a good material to use for countertops. Now, another thing has happened in the industry in the past 20 years. Two things have happened in the industry. Granite is about half the price that it used to be. Granite is the most prevalent rock on the planet Earth, okay? It's almost in every country. Now, advances in infrastructure and mining technology in third world countries have done two things to our market. Because in the hills of Brazil 20 years ago, they knew the mountains were filled with granite, but the only way to get there was on a horse or a goat. Now there are roads going out there. And so roads, the infrastructure has allowed us to get mining equipment and trucks out into those hills to mine out large quantities of granite. They've basically brought it to the United States, and because there's so much rock coming in from third world countries right now, the cost of the raw material is plummeted, and it's caused the overall cost of granite countertops to drop significantly from 10, 15, 20 years ago. They're about a third of the price they were at that point in time. But the other factor that's come into play is as the amount of raw material coming into the US has exploded so much, it's caused some of the stones that used to be very susceptible to staining and that required a lot of sealing, they're not on the market anymore. Market forces have actually, because nobody will buy them, have pushed those stones right out of the market. So the majority of all stone requires very little maintenance. Sealing it once a year is a simple preventative, but I think in a real world situation, almost anyone watching this video right now, probably between a friend, a neighbor, a relative, a coworker, everybody knows somebody that has granite. Ask them the last time they sealed their stone. Majority of people will tell you they don't even know what you're talking about, they never have. So as far as sealing a granite countertop, there are a few stones that are available on the market nowadays that do require a little bit of maintenance. The majority of them, never. Because again, like I previously stated, they've been sealed or resin at the quarry before they ever make it to us. But if you were to seal a granite countertop, I know when I think about sealing something, I think about sealing my driveway with blacktop, and it's messy and it's dirty and nobody wants to do it. This is a granite sealer that we sell, that you can buy them at any hardware store. And to seal a granite countertop or a marble top, you simply spray the top like I'm doing right now until you saturate the top. Once you've done that, you literally do nothing other than let the sealer dry onto the stone. It bonds to the stone and it repels liquids like the hood of a freshly waxed car. It's as simple as sealing it is. And remember, the majority of stones don't need it. So now that we've taken the sealing issue out of it, we like to say we'll go back to, they're both good products. They're both similar in all their attributes. They're similar in price. We sell both. We like to explain the differences and let you choose which one would look best in your situation.